And we on. The countdown is beginning.
Yeah, let me check that Twitch to see if that Twitch is on there. Because they say
Live on
we live.
YouTube, live on Facebook.
Yeah, and
You
we are
checking the
live on
Twitch?
Twitch. I see it.
Oh, we live on Twitch too?
I see
Okay.
it, man. That's
That's
what's
great.
that's what's up.
Great, great.
Yeah, yeah. And YouTube just sent me a notification that we are live.
All right, cool, man. I shared it on my Snap as well, so we're gonna get some people's input.
Archie in here.
Yeah, yeah. The main man, 50 grand.
Sure, rocking the
What up?
King too.
Hey, look, I'm bringing it back.
That's right.
Yeah, man. My bucket is low.
Not with the shell toe Adidas. I got the fresh J's on with
Oh,
it.
okay, okay. Hey,
Little different.
That's how
Yeah,
LL
yeah.
rocks it now too. He don't wear the show toes no more.
make it do what
Yeah,
it do.
I'm taking a brand away from LL. It's mine now.
The King
Yeah, yeah. You gotta do what you do, man. You gotta name it and claim it. You know.
Yeah,
Take it from LL and
Yeah.
Samuel L.
Yeah, yeah. I know one thing though. I'm about ready for fall.
oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I think Friday the low goes to be what, 50 something. Kind of looking forward to that.
I was checking the
Yeah.
weather just now when I was getting my kids clothes for tomorrow, man. It was gonna
Yeah,
be
you be picking up
92.
your
I was like,
you be grabbing you a pumpkin spice in the morning or a pumpkin spice. Your latte.
I still never tried a pumpkin spice.
Me neither, man.
Not
But you
just
know
me.
it's about to be Christmas season.
Yeah.
Pumpkin everything.
Yeah, I seen it in Walmart yesterday, man. They got the whole
Yeah.
section.
The pumpkin spice is back. Nah, man.
Hey, man, why don't we do a show tonight?
Let's do it. It's about that time, eh?
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
All right, let's go.
From that evening, a musical relationship slash friendship was born. Even with playing music on stage with other musicians, there has to be chemistry there, you know. And at the same time, it's like you want to be able to have chemistry away from the stage as well. Because if you have chemistry away from the stage, your show and your stage presence and everything like that is
Yeah.
going to be
People
great.
pick up on it, not just entertainment, what we do. We be talking to designers and entrepreneurs and people just trying to get their t-shirt brand popping. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever your hustle is, this is Hustlenometry 101.
My slogan for my business, I love to say everyone needs a little faith.
Charlamagne the God would say, sometimes you gotta roll it up for everybody. Like,
Yeah. Shout out to Lil C.
Like I told you, I got these.
Yeah,
Brandon.
Brandon.
But
Yeah, Brandon.
last time I've been booed in my life.
That's what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We got VPs is in the building. All right.
Already. That's the last time he's
What's
been
up,
booed
man?
in his life, man.
Last time. Okay, and that's the way how we ended with that. Then we ended with him saying, "Let's go."
Yeah, that's it.
We gotta let the music rock for just a couple minutes, folks. Y'all know how we do. Come on in the house. Subscribe, share to the news feed. Now you got that boy extra loud today, eh? Hey, a little bit. You got the EQs together. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in Facebook land, YouTube land, Twitch land. Today is Tuesday, September 20th. It's a beautiful afternoon, and welcome to another edition of the No Shortcut Show. We are on episode 30, my guy.
Yeah, man. Episode
Epi-
30.
Have we been putting in a little bit of work, huh?
Yes, sir. Since right at the first of the year, right around January,
Yeah.
we started it off.
Yeah, I think late January going into February. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are on episode 30. We got a wonderful show and guest lined up for you guys tonight. We give you guys just a few moments to come in. We go over a few preliminary things as you're coming in. Please feel free to hit that share if you're on Facebook. If you're watching from my page or DJ Famous's page, even our guest tonight, Mr. Archie Logan, if you're watching from his page, feel free to hit that share button. If you're over there on YouTube, hit the share, send the link out to a few friends who you
Yeah.
think might need to see this show tonight. If and I'm not too familiar with Twitch, but if you can share on Twitch,
Yes,
please do
yes,
that as well.
yes. What's up, Twitch family? What's up, Twitch family?
Yeah,
Let your
man.
folks
Yeah.
know we're here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time here, our platform by the name of Showcuts was the
No
brainchild of Mr.
shortcuts.
Travis Bizel. And we wanted to start a platform where we could get together and have conversation as it pertains to being an entrepreneur or providing a service, you being compensated for your talent, your skill, your passion, or what have you. And we allow we have guests on so they can share their story,
Yeah,
and then they can maybe say a few things or even one thing that would inspire you to take the next step.
yeah.
And we can from there build a community together. So if you need a specific service supplied, you don't have to ask Facebook. You can ask no shortcut.
That's
You
right.
dig?
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So let me introduce to you
Introduce the
this
show, man.
illustrious, esteemed co-host of mine to the left-hand side of the
Oh,
screen.
this guy.
This guy wears many hats. He is a digital media strategist. He is an event coordinator.
I did.
He's the producer of this very show, as well as the co-host to this very show by the name of No Shortcuts. Hashtag No Shortcuts. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, he's your favorite DJ's favorite DJ. Please make some noise at
That's
home
true.
while we make some noise on the screen for Mr. Travis Bizel, aka
What's up,
You
man? What's
heard?
up? I went way loud on that sound
Yeah,
effect.
yeah. Everything is booming. It's
Yeah,
lovely.
it's lovely. What's up, man? And as usual,
It's good.
I'm joined by my co-host, the A mic of this show.
Hey, Mike.
When I did get the idea, there was no other person. I couldn't do it. I said, I got an idea, but I know someone who can actually do the idea.
That
This
hey, hence
guy.
that's what we here for.
Yeah, this guy is an MC, a podcast host, not only of this podcast, but the That's My Story show.
Yes, yes,
Also,
yes.
music director for chairman of the board, keyboard player, Mellow Groove,
Yeah,
North
yeah,
Carolina Hall of Fame, Rock Hill Music Hall of Fame,
yeah,
Jerry Midas Hardison. What's
yeah.
happening?
I got to give it up for myself. Is that all right?
It's all right. It is all right. I can't allow yourself to introduce yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True that. So I at
Yeah,
least gotta be able to, applaud when
yeah,
necessary. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So yeah, man. We're glad to be here. As I say every week, we're just blessed. We're highly favored, and we're humbled that you guys are spending your evening. Take a little bit of chunk out of your dinner time, to chop it up with us. And if you're eating, pull your plate up, do whatever it is that you're doing. If you're having a beverage, pull your plate, pull your drink up, have a sit down at your favorite device, smartphone, whatever. Hang out with us for a little bit.
Absolutely. And let us know you're
How was
here.
you?
If you're watching, just put a comment up so I can know that the comments are working. Put a
Yeah,
comment
and
up, let us
definitely if
know
you're
you're
over on
here,
YouTube.
and holler at us. This is an interactive experience. We don't just talk. We want to
Oh
interact
nah.
with you. You're a
Yeah,
part of
we
this
loved it.
conversation.
Yeah, we love it when you guys talk to us as well. And sometimes when the audience is interacting with us, it gives us sparks new ideas and things for us to talk about during
Yeah,
our actual conversation. So
yeah.
you guys don't be bashful. If you're on Facebook, drop us a comment. If you're over there on YouTube, drop us a comment. If you're
Yeah,
over there on Twitch, drop us a comment. We all one
absolutely.
big happy family over here. How was your weekend, bro?
Hey man, weekend was good. This was the first. This past weekend was the first weekend of my big fall tour. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
from now
yeah,
until Thanksgiving, I'm out every weekend.
man, that's
But I
good.
had a wedding on Saturday, and then on Sunday I had a showcase, like a bridal showcase that I did, and
Okay.
it worked out pretty well, man. I had people wanting to book a boy on the spot. And so
Really? That's
yes,
always
people
great.
before I even left the thing, they already emailed me saying, "Yo, we want to book you. We need you to do our wedding." So
Yeah.
that was a good look, man. It was at a new wedding place in Charlotte, in like
Okay.
North Charlotte, almost up to Huntersville area. But yeah,
Oh,
it was
nice.
nice, man. It
That's
was
awesome, man. It's
nice.
always great when you can show up somewhere and almost garner some potential follow up business before you
Yeah,
even leave the job
yeah,
that you're
absolutely.
on. That's
Yeah,
that's awesome.
it made it
That's
worth
awesome.
it for sure. And then yesterday, I think I told you before, we started doing church at the prison here on Mondays.
Okay.
And for the I think we've done it, about 6 weeks so far. And last week we had our biggest turnout, man. We had 85 brothers, 85 inmates show up to our
Wow,
church service at the Kershaw Institution, man. So it was a blessing, man.
that's
And
awesome. That's
they've been
awesome.
pretty much coming steady, around 40 to 50 each week. And then
Uh huh.
they've been telling the other folk in there about it, and
Yeah,
come
and it's
join us for
growing.
church. And now we had 85 yesterday, man.
That's
85
awesome.
just
Keep
came
doing that,
out
man.
of church with
Keep,
us on a Monday.
yeah, hey, and there's nothing wrong with it. As I think I said it one other time, those are often the people that are forgotten about, and they may
Absolutely.
have made a mistake or what have you, and sometimes they get lost in the shuffle. So
Yeah.
I tip my hat, for
Thank you,
that
man.
service that you're providing, and just want to encourage you, continue to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, I appreciate
Yes,
that,
sir.
brother. And I got
Yes,
one
sir.
guy that's getting out, man. He's been with us from the beginning, and he did 25. He's getting out on the 30th.
Okay.
He did 25.
Wow.
So yeah, we're
Wow.
working on
Yeah.
making sure we stay connected with him
Yeah,
after
because he's gonna
he
need a
started.
support system.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna need a
Yeah.
support system.
Absolutely,
That's
man.
cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I had going on. What about you, my man?
Man, just a fairly light weekend. I was in Concord Saturday at the Harley Davidson at the Speedway up the big corporate thing.
Yeah.
So with the chairman of the board, we were the headlining entertainment for their corporate event, but they had
Okay.
wrestling matches going on out there. I don't know if you saw that on my
Yeah.
stories or not,
Yeah. I
but
did see
I had to go over there and see a suplex right quick in the middle of setting up. Let me check it out. Let me see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and man, and so and then church gig on Sunday.
Hmm.
So just fairly light weekend,
Yeah,
but
buddy.
we
Yeah.
here.
For sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. We should go ahead and bring our guest on
Hey,
tonight.
listen. I
We
don't
don't
think
want to
we
leave
should
him.
waste
We
no
don't want to leave
time.
him. We don't want to leave him backstage too long, huh?
Yeah, he's chilling in the green room, eating up all the
Yeah,
snacks
yeah,
back there that we left for
yeah,
him.
yeah. All the yeah. Oh, I hope we got everything that was included on the rider.
On his rider, right? I hope we got it. We got the
We get
Pepsi and all
the
that.
green M&Ms. Yo, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I know you
Yeah.
guys are waiting. It is a distinct pleasure of mine to have on this gentleman tonight on our show. He does many things, many hats, no cap. He's a truck driver. He's a drummer. He's a production manager, a stage manager as well, and he's also a musical director. And
Wow.
not just a drummer, an incredible drummer, ladies and gentlemen, and
Yeah.
music director most notably for the Michael Jackson tribute band by the name of Who's Bad. And this gentleman, I had the opportunity to do a show together with our two outfits. Man, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And he showed me so much hospitality when they came to Charlotte. He got me backstage to see the show, and I was in their green room eating all the green M&Ms. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen at home, please make some noise while we make some noise on the screen for none other than Mr. Archie Logan.
What's up, Archie?
What's up, man?
So wait, forget that. I heard y'all. I can hear everything in the back,
Yeah.
calling me
Absolutely.
fat, telling me I'm eating up all the M&M.
Feeding up all the Pepsi.
Yeah,
The
you know what
green
I'm saying? Like, don't tell everybody I'm fat.
and the green
Keep it in
M&Ms.
between us.
Hey, listen. I don't say fat. We just not starving.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
Oh, okay.
yeah. We're
We just
healthy.
know about those riders
Yeah,
that y'all entertainers have on
Yeah,
your
yeah. The
riders,
green
man.
M&Ms. You know
man.
what I'm
Hey, hey, you know it got to be a manager filling out them riders. Because if it was my rider, I'd be like, yo, I need pork chop, I
Yeah.
need chitlins, I need
Oh,
collards.
Yeah.
You know what
yes,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah.
Gotta eat
What's up,
good.
fellas? What's
What's
up,
happening?
man?
Man,
What's happening?
everything's great. I want to first of all thank you, man, for taking some time out of your day to join us on our platform and have a this discussion with us and allow the interactive chat as well with our audience today. We appreciate you for doing that.
Bro, it's a pleasure to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, before we get into all of the many things that you're involved in, give us a little background story about where you're born and raised and your upbringing.
Uh, I was born in New Haven, Connecticut,
Okay.
um, on the campus of Yale University.
Ah.
And
Okay.
yeah, so, kind of grew up there. I stayed out there until I was about 14.
Uh huh.
And my mom was like, yeah, if I keep him in the hood, he might turn out bad or might not be here.
Right.
So,
Right.
she moved me to North Carolina.
Okay. Oh,
So that's kind of how it went, and that's as a kid growing up, you know, my uncle had me and my cousins into quartet gospel music.
ah,
So that was my weekends. That's my Saturday all day rehearsals,
yeah.
Sundays all day church, and then little quartet singing that evening. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? So that's life up there. Then
Right.
came here in the early '90s.
Uh-huh.
Back then it was kind of a slow pace for me, but
Yeah.
it was cool. But I rep North Carolina now. I still love Connecticut because of my experiences in North Carolina. I rep North Carolina as home now.
Got you. Got you.
So
Makes sense. Yeah,
that
yeah.
so yeah, so
Okay.
that's the
So
beginning. That's the beginning.
right, right. So let me ask you this now. What did you have now? It seems like you grew up playing in church and quartet
Oh,
situations.
absolutely.
How old were you when you first started playing drums?
So I was about 8 years old when my family realized that I couldn't sing.
So
So so so they tossed me
they
on the
had you trying to
drum.
sing at first. They had you trying to sing
Yeah,
a
they
little
was
bit
like,
at first.
yeah, I was trying to sing, man, and I wasn't the one.
Okay, okay.
So so I ended up being on the drum. So I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that's how
Yeah,
I started
They
DJing.
yeah.
yeah,
We all hey look, we all want to be Lil Michael Jackson.
Absolutely.
yeah. Absolutely. Initially, yeah, and that's one of the first artists that caught my attention, man. As a
Right.
kid, when you first you don't even know it to be like the terminology to say this music is speaking to me a certain way.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But when you're hearing
Right.
the music, the vocals and everything, it stood out to me. And I always when I first heard Michael Jackson music, shout out to my Aunt Marilyn. She was home from the military and she had came home and went to church with us one Sunday. And I decided to ride back home from church with her. And she had Michael Jackson music playing, and I heard it for the first time. Initially, I thought it was a woman singing. I'm like four or
Wow.
5 years old. Then I had to later grow into the understanding, like, okay, that's Michael Jackson. Word, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
as a kid, to be honest with you,
Uh
it
huh.
wasn't it wasn't even Michael Jackson for me, man.
Who
Honestly,
was
you know
it?
who it was?
Who's
It was
that?
Casey Haley.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and even
Casey and JoJo Haley when they were little Cedric and the Haley singers.
yeah, that's what
Okay.
I was about to
Okay.
say. A lot of people
Yep.
don't know they did quartet music, gospel
Yep.
music before the whole Jodeci thing. And
Yeah.
a little fun fact: before Jodeci came out, Dalvin and Devontae's dad had came and did a revival at my dad's church back in the
Right.
day. And I had to be, man, 6, 7 years old. And I remember this Reverend Don Great. He was up there. They came to play music for him during the revival. But I
Okay.
remember him and my sons. Y'all pray for my sons. They think they're gonna do this R&B music. Y'all pray for them. You know what I'm saying? And then
Wow.
years later, the outfit Jodeci came out. So yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
that's dope.
interesting you said that because
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, that was actually I watched a video and Tank talked about it with the 85 South crew last
Oh, yeah,
week, 2 weeks
some
ago.
yeah, I saw
And
some of that.
it was actually pretty because I was like, yo, like, yeah, Tank would know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yep,
saying? And he kind of broke it down like real heavy. So that was
yeah.
kind of dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and finish the rest of that. He's a highly entertaining guy
Yeah.
as
He
well.
is.
So, are
Right.
you are
Yeah.
are you self taught on the drums, or like did you have other family member that played instruments that kind of gave you some, you know, gave you some,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Showed you
So yeah. So
things.
my uncle played. I had a couple uncles that played. And they started me off with the basics, the what to do and what not to do. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And then my uncle, who was the leader of the group, he put us all together, and he was considered our Joe Jackson. To be
yeah,
honest with you,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We got whoopings in rehearsal. We were
Wow.
8 and 9 years old, rehearsing from 11 o'clock in the morning to 10,
mm,
11 o'clock at night. So
mm,
we were like really really rehearsing like all day long as
yeah,
kids.
yeah. And
Yeah,
if it wasn't right, literally get a whipping if you
yeah,
if you
yeah, yeah, yeah. And don't get mad about it.
Yeah.
you better not cry.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to cramp up, man. Hold on.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, yo, people think
Nah,
that
nah,
joint fake,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I
but that
mean
joint
that's
real.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And they make it.
And I don't. I'm not trying to be disrespectful by laughing. It's just funny though, because
Yeah.
like
Uh,
you do have people, people who are band leaders and things like that who are very serious, man, about this music, and it just reminds me of, like you said, Joe Jackson, or even how people tell stories about how James Brown was so serious about the
Yeah.
music, or you miss a note, or you miss this, you dock your pay. So you got some
Yeah.
I guess, for lack of a better term, tyrants out there when it comes to leading a band, and they ain't playing about not,
yeah,
you certain note a certain step. Yeah,
he.
yeah,
I mean, every Saturday, one of us quit. We quit,
yeah.
and by the time that belt finished going back and forth, we were back in
We
the group.
back in the band. It's
Wow.
funny, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like when we see that in the movie, right? We think, oh, that was just Joe, or that was just Ike Turner. But that's more
Oh, Ike
normal.
Turner.
That's more
Yeah,
normal than it wasn't just them. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah,
That's
And
just
and
how,
and I don't even think it's abuse. Like
yeah.
I
It's
think it's
tightening up.
just, it, yeah, it turned me into something different, man.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
can handle a lot of things now because of that.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
They
yeah.
say, I don't think Joe Jackson was beating them kids like they try to put them out there. Like I don't,
Yeah. Like
maybe I
Yeah.
don't.
over
Ain't no
dramatization.
telling.
You
Ain't
know,
no telling.
I don't
But as a kid,
somebody
you
put a
have
crying emoji up there.
oh, somebody put the
They like,
cry.
yeah, he was abused.
Yeah.
Am I not seeing the comments?
Well, they're not put. We don't have any comments, so I don't know if the comments ain't working or if people just being quiet today, which is cool.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
see the
yeah.
emoji. I can see the hearts and the emojis though.
All right, cool, cool. Yeah,
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 throw us a
yeah. But
comment just so I know that it's working because normally we have a lot of comments up by now.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
it's
don't know
look
if
like
there's
it's
something wrong with
tripping.
the
But
stream or not.
anyway, I mean, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so as a kid, you can't control the part whether you're gonna get whipped or not for, singing or playing music a certain way, or not playing it exactly right how they want. But I like what you said. You said it turns you into something, that today, and we'll get into a clip later, but you're an incredible drummer, you know what I'm saying? And obviously you've been able to use that skill set, uh, to open up other doors for yourself as well. So it's,
Absolutely.
it's almost like you have to take it, and as they say, lemons and make lemonade.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yep,
Wow.
yep. So,
Yeah. Okay.
So when did
Hey,
it transition for you from playing with the church and the quartet to I can really do this professionally?
well, so in the church, so I had a cousin when they figured out I couldn't sing, uh, they figured out he didn't sing either. So they put him on the bass.
okay.
And so he turned into like a superstar musician though.
Oh
And
wow.
then he started playing guitar, went to bass. And so by the time I moved to North Carolina, they were already here in North Carolina. They moved before me.
Okay.
Um, we were playing at a church in Durham, North Carolina.
Okay.
And so we were kids growing up in church, 14, 15. Now we're getting into the youth choirs and all these different
Mhm.
things, but we're the band for the youth
Yeah.
choir.
Yeah.
And so Saturday after youth choir rehearsal, we would practice on the latest mint condition or Tribe Called Quest joints. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So those are things we started to love to do.
Hmm.
So like growing up, I wasn't allowed to listen to. I had to
Yeah.
sneak and listen to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If it was secular music, I had to sneak and listen to it.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
we would get together and be like, "Yo, you heard that new that I remember the Roots first underground joint where I shall proceed."
Mm-hmm.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
things like that. We would lock in the grooves like that back when we were
Okay.
younger. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
And so um after, kind of getting up in years, like, senior in high school, we still had the gospel group. We still
Uh,
playing in church in the gospel group and all that different stuff. So then it's like time to graduate. Now I'm skipping school to go do recording sessions. You know what
wow.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, 3 weeks after graduating high school, I get a call on a random Sunday to go out with a play called "A Good Man Is Hard to Find."
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that kind of started it,
Hmm.
and it's just like it just took off from there. Like one thing led to another, like just different plays, and then all of a sudden, like just started doing like artists
Yeah.
and things like that.
Uh, yeah.
So which led me to leaving North Carolina just shortly after I got here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Got you. Yeah. So and then so you reload. So you Connecticut to North Carolina. Then you moved away from North Carolina a second time,
yeah,
or you
yeah.
moved
So
this.
I moved to Miami.
Okay.
I didn't really like Miami too much. I didn't stay there long at all, and then I moved to New York for a while.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And
And then full circle.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so I was in New York until 2001.
Okay.
So my mom got sick, so I was like, get back to North Carolina, and then it just wasn't. You know, I didn't want to be in New York no more
Yeah.
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
difficult to live in New York.
It
I
is.
could imagine cost of
Yeah.
living,
Yeah.
taste, everything. I like to visit, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Bro. And being a starving artist, man, I've eaten Wise potato chips and drink sink water in New York for dinner on many
Wow.
nights. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to say, yo, I live up here and I'm being a musician. I'm being
Yeah.
a professional. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
True that,
especially
man.
during
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
time, man. Because you must have came right when I did. Because I left New York in '02, and
Okay.
I just know. I mean, I couldn't even imagine living up there. You know,
Yeah.
Nah.
like as you say, a starving artist, starving artist. And I had friends in the business, and then also in acting. Trying to be actors and stuff like that. And
Right.
I hear exactly what you're saying, like just eating them ramen noodles and
Yeah.
chips, and it just costs so much to live up there, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Be a starving artist for
Yeah,
real,
yeah, for
Man,
sure.
going down to Atlanta, staying in Atlanta for the weeks, just
Yeah.
trying to do my thing, man. But
huh? Hmm.
it
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of, it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna act like it didn't work. It worked.
Uh-huh.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because I never stopped working.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So you did have
So
opportunities and stuff. Just so much going on, and the cost of living is probably hard to get above that certain
right,
benchmark that you're trying to aim for.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
get it.
you stay broke. Like
Yeah.
you know, you can do $1,000 gig and be broke the next day.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Wow.
Just how
Yeah.
I go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
interesting, man. Yeah, so what sequence or series of events led up to you joining up and playing with who's bad?
oh man, shoot, how did this story go?
I'm sure
Um,
one thing,
so
as you said, one thing leading to another type of deal.
yeah, so I was actually playing with this band out here, like Liquid Pleasure. It's like a
Okay.
top 40 situation. I
Yeah,
started
yeah.
playing with them, um, like because I had took a job at this church, the River Church, and I was with them for a few years after moving back here from New York.
Okay.
And so I was like, man, um, the church let me go on the road to do whatever, but
Hmm.
I was just like, man, I love playing at church because I love God like that,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I don't want to make church my business. So years and years ago, I was like, I don't want to be a musician that depends on church for my money.
Hmm.
Right. Right.
So it's time for me to go back on the road and and play what the world calls secular music. What I
Hmm.
call it just music. I
Just
don't
music.
call it
Yeah,
secular or whatever. I
right.
just call it music. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So it's time for me to get back on the road. At the time, this band was like moving real heavy, just doing like top 40s cover music.
Okay.
And I never knew bands like made livings
Mm-hmm.
playing cover music. Like we
Yep.
on tour bus and everything,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I gave myself a year to test it out. Ended up
Hmm.
staying quite a few years.
Yeah.
Um, but we were doing crazy kind of gigs, like playing for like the after party for the Super Bowl. Like I
Uh,
did like 2 Super Bowls with them. Like I
uh,
did, I stayed on with them throughout 2008, and we
mhm,
did President Obama's inauguration.
Wow.
uh,
So like you could go back and watch them dance to At Last, him and Michelle At Last. Well, if
uh,
you listen to it, I'm the drummer on there playing.
Yo,
okay. Wow.
hold up,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? So like it wasn't like a mainstream type gig,
mhm,
but I was like the perks of that joint. Like
yeah.
I was on the road 4 days a week and I could come home 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't beat
I
that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not touring for 6 months no more or three
Uh,
months or 4 months. So it was kind of cool. So like,
definitely.
man, I remember taking a picture with Obama and the
Wow.
whole band back there. And
Yeah.
when the band takes the picture, he's like, "Yo, the reason I got to stand beside him in the picture, because he's like, yo, where the drummer at? Give him the drummer something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And so, I
You
watched
have
I watched him smoke a cigarette and take a shot of Henny. You know what I'm saying? Like
right in the White
after he
House.
wa-
Yeah.
no. This was actually
At
why
the
he was
party.
on the trail.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. Got it.
we played for him twice. We
Got you.
played
Got
for him at one of his parties that he, leading up to the
the
presidential,
campaign
and
and
then
all
we
of that.
played the inauguration.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice,
so
man.
I actually got to meet him twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, this with Liquid Pleasure or with who's bad?
Nah, that was with Liquid Pleasure.
Oh,
Okay.
with Liquid Pleasure.
So
Okay.
right,
Wow.
so how I got with Who's Bad, is when they first started, I was playing with Liquid Pleasure, and they opened up for us.
Mm.
Ah.
And so I met the guys. I was the youngest person in Liquid Pleasure, and they were
Uh,
all young college students. So we kind of became cool then.
yeah.
And so Who's Bad started out of UNC Chapel Hill.
Okay.
So I would see them, partying every now and again, in Chapel Hill or whatever, and we just, what's up, man, da da da,
Mm,
whatever, whatever.
right.
So right before Michael Jackson died,
Mm,
because they were the only tribute band that was there before Mike died.
Mm.
okay. Okay.
So um, right before, like the week before Mike died, they called and was like, "Yo, could you cover drums? We got a week out. Could you come and cover the show?"
Wow.
Mm.
Uh,
And so I was like, "Yeah, all right." So I took the gig, and crazy part is how I learned the show
yeah.
was through a couple CDs that they mailed me through mail.
Wow. They're
Like
back
it
in the
wasn't
day.
right. So
Wasn't no YouTube like that. What you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
and we couldn't really, I mean, we could send like tracks or whatever, but it was weird back then.
Yeah, you
We
can't
didn't
send
know
a
a lot
whole
about
CD
it.
in the email.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they FedEx me, and they right there in Chapel Hill,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but they FedEx me 2 CDs to learn the show.
So, mm,
So I learned the show. I did the week. The drummer was ready to go. He
mm,
was like, "Yo, won't you think about keeping the gig? You know what I'm saying? And staying on." I'm like, "Yo, well, maybe."
uh-huh.
And so as me and him is talking about me taking over the gig for him, Michael Jackson dies.
Mm.
Wow.
Michael Jackson passes away, and Who's Bad blows up out the water.
Yeah.
They went nuts. And so the drummer was like, "Yeah, I'm going to ride this thing out and see what happens."
Right.
So during the years, I covered, every now and again, I would do a short run with them.
Mm,
If the other drummer had some things. And so around about 2012,
mhm.
they called me. Um, I was actually doing this Weight Watchers tour with Jennifer Hudson,
Mm.
and
Okay.
they called while I was on the road, and that run with Weight Watchers was about to be over.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Yo, give me 72 hours. I'll let you know if I can do it or not."
Right.
And so, now I'm looking at a tour ending and sitting at home. I was like, "Yeah, let me get that. I'll take that gig."
Right.
Got into it, man, and just been rolling ever since. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, eventually, I took over as music director, kind of switched the
Hmm.
show into like some things that I was just feeling for the show, and it's
Yeah.
Right.
like making it more of a show instead of like a tribute
Paul.
concert or
Yeah.
something, song to song.
Mm-hmm.
So it started adding transitions and
Mhm.
things like that, and they gave me a lot of creative control in the
Yeah.
band without a
Yeah.
lot of push. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
No, that's great, man. And then the times I've heard you guys. You know what I'm saying. I've been impressed. With the set list and the transitions. And
yeah,
a true musician can pick up on the little things that y'all change, or maybe the nuances of, or you make you switch this up, switch that up, type of thing.
right.
So, oh, there's my brother stopping in real quick to
Yeah.
say what's up. But okay, catch the replay,
Yeah.
family.
What's
Love you,
up?
bro.
What's up?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
yeah.
got the guy Josh Walker also. I was just telling you about him earlier. He said he saw you all perform in Charleston at the Windjammers.
The Windjammers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Windjammers. Yeah,
yeah. I think the
man.
knee
Let me tell
curtain
you
just
something.
seen them too.
Windjammers is
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I
what's
think
up.
Windjammers are some party nights for us.
my
Yeah.
sister. Hey, Faith, what's up? Love you. Thank you for joining. Are the comments just now coming up?
Yeah.
What they
They.
like?
Yeah. I think
They
there
might
was a
have
little
been.
delay, but it might have been a little
Debo was
buggy.
calling them out.
Yeah. But we good now. We good now.
Yeah, nah, that's great, man. That's great, and the fact that like you said, man, that MJ had just passed, and then Who's Bad blew up, and I think people really were probably craving that experience because if we were to be honest, that's the closest thing we ever going to probably get to the actual Michael Jackson.
Right,
Yeah.
That a lot of people just didn't have opportunity to,
Mm-hmm.
or the money,
Yeah.
right.
to see Mike
To
when he
see
was
them.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
guys
and
did a great job, and whoever is doing the lead and the singing, they do a wonderful job, man, of giving that feeling from the vocals to the dancing and
right,
everything else.
right,
You do,
right. He's great. He's
yeah,
great.
you do
And
a great
we
job.
and we've had a couple through the years, but you know, not to pull any
Yeah,
start
yeah,
anything,
I
but
Sure.
understand.
Sure.
right now, I think I'm dealing with the best MJ.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna call him impersonator because he's a tribute artist. He's not
Yeah.
even an
Yeah,
impersonator.
I
He's a
like
tribute
that.
artist. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I got to the point where I was able to hire and fire people. So I
yeah.
was,
Oh yeah, so you was
I got to
people
bring
didn't
in
like.
cats that I love to play with. Like right now,
Yeah,
well, the band is switching out now a little bit, but
yeah,
just up until 2 months ago, I had a cast of cats that we were just like solid. Like these were my cats to play with, like on and off the road. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's
absolutely.
pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Gotta
That's
have
good,
that. I
man.
noticed you guys last time I caught you live. I think Labor Day weekend. You guys got keys now in the outfit.
Right,
You know,
right, right, right.
and he was
Yeah.
adding some nice little touches and everything.
Mhm.
It was great, man. I stayed on quite a bit. I was like, I got to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you being on there. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that too.
I'm always when I catch you, I'm gonna pop in and holler at you, say
Yeah.
what's up. And I like how you had it set up too, because you could respond to the comments. I could like, was that your talk back? Like the musicians could hear you talking
Yeah,
to the people. Okay, so that was your talk
yeah,
back mic, but you just had it hooked up to your live.
yeah,
Oh,
That's
okay,
what's up.
word. Yeah,
yeah.
because I said what's up.
I'll show you my trick one day. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Yeah.
I'll show you my trick.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, hey, famous. I said I was watching Archie. Now the camera angle is like I'm in the audience. He up on the stage, so I'm just watching. So I know it's his live.
Yeah.
So I just type, "Yo, what's up, Archie?" Then a couple minutes later, he's like, "Yo, Jerry Midas, what's up?" I'm
He
like, "How
sent
you
it
see
to you.
that?" Yeah, and it's talk back mic to the other
Yeah.
musicians. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool,
Oh,
man.
you gotta do that now with the chairman.
Yeah, I might
Yeah.
have to. I don't go live too much though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I got to get
Man.
my live game up a little bit.
So what did that schedule look like for you, Archie? Like at the peak of it, like how many dates was that, like in a year?
At the peak of Who's Bad with
Yeah.
me, is probably doing about 170 to 190 shows a year.
Wow.
And this is all over, right? You guys be
Yeah,
all over.
all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Sometimes I think one time we hit 200, but
Hmm.
yeah. That's pretty good, man. That's
Yeah.
pretty
we
good.
we we was rolling. I mean, we were rolling.
Yeah.
So
And so by you being the drummer and the musical director, now did that transition you into doing like stage management at a
it,
certain?
yeah, the production manager, yeah, because I took over as production manager with Who's Bad.
Mhm.
Um,
What does
and I
that
had
what does that consist of for those at home who might not
well,
know?
like that's like advancing the dates, like making sure it's the right sound system, right soundboard, the lights are right, like we got all the mic cables, the mics
Mhm.
we need before we get there, and just making sure everything is running straight. You know what I'm saying? Like making sure production, which is audio, audio, lights, video,
Yeah,
everything that we use, make sure all of that is correct. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
To give to be in, you know, be effective.
Hmm.
You know, when the lights come on for that show.
Yeah.
Right. Now, are you doing that as well as playing on the show, or is that
Yeah,
like
yeah,
really?
yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
wow. Yeah,
Wow.
you got your hands
You
full.
got you got mad hats on, yo.
Nah, I like money, so I got to get that check
Yeah,
for every one.
I like
Let me get
money.
that.
Is that what
Let
we
me
go?
get
Is
that.
that what we gonna title tonight's
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like money.
episode? We gonna title it "I Like
Arch,
Money."
Archie
I
Hart,
like money.
Archie Hart's money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
That's
Now I
a
don't love money.
yeah.
Love and
Like
money
Oh
is
yeah,
the root
yeah.
of all
It's the
evil.
root of all
all
evil,
right,
man.
all
But
But
right.
we,
I like that joint a whole
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
That's
and you're
good.
gonna need a little bit to do what you got to do in this
Yeah.
life. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Which,
absolutely.
which
So we don't
again,
need three people to do this. Do these
Yeah,
three
let me
different
do it.
things. Give me
And
give me
then
three checks.
but here's the crazy part though. This is the nuts part, and this is the part I love the most, is
uh,
that um when I back away from a situation,
mm,
it's gonna cost you a whole lot of money to replace me.
There you go.
mm.
There you go.
So it's best for you to kind of keep me and just pay me a little bit more money.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I feel
Cause,
you. I
Yeah.
gotta
cause
talk that
if
talk.
if I leave, you gotta find you a music director, a drummer, a production
Yeah.
manager, a stage manager, and the cat who can program the show because
Yeah.
the show is programmed,
Yeah, what are
you
you
know,
using?
through
What are you
Ableton's.
Ableton? Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, nice. And you start and stop the tracks yourself.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
man, that's what's up. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it going on now. So that and then you said you driving trucks. Is that with the band too? Or is that something separate?
Nah. That's different, man.
Okay,
My truck driving came through the pandemic.
okay.
Uh,
Let's talk about that a little
when
bit.
you know what I'm saying, when the pandemic hit, man, I was like, man, we might not ever get back on the road. So
Yeah, I remember them
about
days, boy. I tell you.
about December 2020, I started my trucking company. You know, the quest for that. You know, it was moving, and you know, had to keep knocking drivers over and saying, "All right, get out the way, not you. Now, I gotta fire you. Gotta fire you. Find another driver."
Uh,
So I finally went to school and got my CDLs.
Wow.
awesome, man.
Uh, so got my CDLs the day after. Just jumped in the truck and started
Uh,
rolling. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? And
yeah,
I didn't know nothing about the road as far as trucking goes.
yeah. You're learning as you go, huh?
Yeah, it's just I didn't have no trainer. I was jumping in my own truck.
Uh, uh.
You know what I'm
You want to
saying?
shout out
So
the name of your business at all?
Porter's House Trucking and Logistics.
Okay, got you. Yeah,
Porter's
man.
House, the name of my son. You know what I'm saying? I see him up on the wall back there.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my trucking company, man. So you know, I jumped in there and just started driving, man. In about um, back in February,
Uh-huh.
um, one of my cats called me and was like, "Yo, want you to drive? Could you? I got some gear for Gladys Knight, man, and Patty LaBelle show that needs to go to West Virginia and come back through Kentucky
Mm,
and shoot back to North Carolina." I was like, "Well, I got a load on my truck. Let me see what I can make happen for you."
right.
So you know, it kind of started out there, and
Hmm.
then they called me to do a tour with New Edition, but they didn't
Wow.
want me to bring my truck out. They wanted me to use the production company truck. So I was like,
Okay.
all right, let me throw a driver in my joint
Mm-hmm.
and let me run on out with this tour and see what this thing is about.
Absolutely.
Because when we think of tours, we think of tour buses,
Yeah.
musicians,
Yeah.
artists,
Right.
production.
But it's
We
yeah.
don't really ever think about how does the audio gear get there? How does the
The
back line
stage.
get
Yeah.
there? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? How stage
Yeah.
and video,
Got to get
lights,
there.
all that stuff get there.
Just got to get there.
Right. So I jumped on this tour, man, and it was like I'm brand new. Like I don't know nobody. I'm just like, yo, so I walk in, but here's the nuts part. I
Hmm.
walk in for the production rehearsal, and they like, yo, who you playing for tonight? Da, da, da.
Because the cats already know you.
who, who, right? So I'm like, man, who you touring with on? Who you want to tour with on this joint? Yo, I
Yeah.
ain't playing at all.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of cool because my first tour was with a lot of musicians that I knew,
Mm.
Yeah. That's awesome.
and so so it's kind of like they looking at me like, man, you traveled the road as a drummer, now you traveling as a truck driver. Like, yo, how do I get down? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
So
Right. Right.
it kind of works like that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it was actually pretty fun. Um, so it was just getting into the trucking, and
Yeah.
then I did the New Edition tour.
Uh-huh.
That ended. I was on the highs. A week later, I ended up doing a couple shows with Rick Ross.
Oh, okay.
And
Because yeah, he doing
and
a
then
lot. You playing or providing backline and stuff like that.
yeah, like sound lights. I'm still working
Oh,
under the
okay.
production thing. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you.
yeah, so that ends, and then I got staging for the Janet Jackson joint. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And then I'm
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
then I get called for Nick Cannon's tour. I was like, oh
Yeah.
snap! Like I'm
Wow.
6 months. I'm a year into this
Yeah.
trucking thing. 6 months in the entertainment side,
Yeah,
And,
that's
and
and
great
I'm
again,
though.
let me
rolling
go
just
back a second, because
He
okay.
said go back.
this started because you were looking for something to do during the pandemic because you
Pandemic.
was gonna be off the road for a while.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it is.
That's
That's how
amazing.
God works, though.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
for sure.
Like,
For sure.
like I ain't have nothing. Honestly, I wish I could get over there right now, but I'm not gonna do it. But I got a vision board sitting back there, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Tell us the sauce.
Yeah.
I had a vision board, and I put on this vision board. I just started placing box trucks and different little locations and like money and houses and like just little different goals that I wanted to create in the midst of this pandemic.
Right.
And so, like, I started, talking to God about it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And like, it's almost like everything I touched turned to gold.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you couldn't stop me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the middle of a pandemic, better off financially than I was when I'm
Before.
traveling the country every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and it wasn't government assistance money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is before the PPP thing and all that
Yeah,
different stuff.
all of
Right.
that. Yeah, all of that
You know what I'm
Right.
crazy
saying? Like,
shenanigans.
Yeah.
yes, no trip. I
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
I got approved.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's all good. You did it legit though. You
Yo,
know
we
what I
got a
mean?
question for you.
Yeah.
Josh is
Oh, we got
also
a
a
question?
drummer. Josh is also a drummer. He says, "What set do you play on most when you're on the road?"
Uh, I got a couple different sets, but
This guy
my
got a
my
ton of
main
drum sets.
my main kit is a Star Classic, Babinga Birch that I play on the road right now.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, so the trucking thing, man, like, it's just like no matter who tried to stop me or whoever tried to control what I did,
Yeah, they can't.
like God kind of like pushed them out my way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was told that why would you go get a CDL? That's stupid.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like these are my homies, my
Yeah.
Yeah,
bros. Like
yeah,
these are friends. Like
yeah,
why would you do that? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
why you going to trucking school? Like that's why you starting a trucking company? That's stupid. Everything that you told I was stupid for doing.
Yeah. The
You know what I'm
success.
saying? I
Yeah,
mean, it was like people punching me in the face in every direction.
Yeah.
that's
Like,
crazy.
yo, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like I sit back and watch and be like, yeah, you know, look what God did. I don't ever say I did it. I gotta
Right,
look
right.
at it and say God
Got to
did
give
it.
credit. Yeah, and
You know
it's
what I'm
crazy
saying?
because every week we have, we get into a segment that at least leads us down the path of discussing spirituality or how God played a role. So what I'm coming to understand is a lot of our guests are spiritually grounded and they have an understanding that there's a certain reliance on God. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Absolutely.
to make certain moves and also giving him the ultimate credit. Yes, it's our hands or whatever, our bodies that are, physically doing certain things, but God gives us the strength and the wisdom and the knowledge to
Well,
make.
he gives it to us, but because we have faith. You know what I'm
Gotta
saying? And he told us
yeah,
that we have faith the size of a mustard
mustard
seed.
seed. Yeah,
That's all he said. You know what I'm saying? And people quote this thing and they say, I got faith, but faith without works is dead. So you
yeah,
gotta put it into work.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying? So you gotta step forward. You can't be lazy with this thing, man. With nothing that you do, you have to step forward and put that work in. It's
yeah,
not gonna be easy. Every circumstance and situation, that you come across, it ain't gonna last always. You just
yeah,
gotta get past that hurdle and keep moving. You gotta
that's
be
it.
determined to say, for all of this, whatever you put in front of me, you gave it to me, God, you molded and you put it the way it's supposed to be. You guide it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah, and
Absolutely.
that's great advice. Not even for just a up and coming drummer, for whatever your expertise may be. Like if you play music or if you make cakes, if you're a
Yeah.
caterer, you got a mobile
Right.
bartender, whatever it is that you do, the words that you just spoke, man, apply to all industries. Somebody speaking to you,
What's up,
bro.
Roro?
Yeah,
What's happening?
come on in,
Thanks
come
for
on
joining
in.
us.
Yeah, man. Oh wow, we've been on almost an hour already.
Yeah,
We just
man.
been flowing, man.
We
What
didn't even
y'all
have
want
to
to get
ask the
into the
questions. He just
huh?
went right to it, right at tat tat. Love
Yeah,
that, man.
man.
I love that.
Yeah, yeah, man. And guys in the audience, if you have any questions
Yeah,
for our
any other
guest,
questions?
Mr. Archie Logan tonight, make sure you go ahead and type that in right now. We probably gonna
Absolutely.
be wrapping it up soon, but he gave us a wealth of
Yeah.
definitely knowledge and encouragement and inspiration. So if you're at home and you're sitting on the fence about what it might be, what it is that you might, get into or should get into, he said enough tonight to motivate you,
Yeah, and
to
if you
take
know
the next step.
somebody, even if it may not be for you because you're already there, but you know someone who's trying to start a business or trying to get something going. It doesn't have to be music, it doesn't have to be production, but
Nah,
someone out there that you know is trying to, make something for themselves.
yeah,
Tag them in it. Put
tag
their
them.
name in the comments. Tag them in it so they can watch this on the replay as well, man. Because these are some
Yeah,
jewels.
man,
These are some jewels he's
definitely.
sharing.
Oh,
And
definitely.
and we got a
Yeah.
little proof. We got a little
Oh
proof
yeah.
of the
We got some.
niceness.
We got a clip we're gonna get
Yeah.
into,
Yeah.
eh?
Y'all funny. I told Jerry, I was like, man, you don't put no clip up here, man. This is
Yeah.
Oh
Now
just
we're gonna
whatever,
put a
man.
clip up, man, just to give the people,
we
just to
have
give
to.
the people a little sample
A little
size
sample of what's
of what it
happening.
is
You can
that you do, and we're gonna put your contact information up here shortly. Let's get into
yeah,
that clip
you can
real fast.
you could do some live commentary during the clip if you
Yeah,
want to. But
if you want
where
to.
is it first? Introduce the clip. Where what location is this? You remember?
Bro, I wish I could tell you,
Oh, it's
man.
all
I
right.
don't even know.
It's all right.
This
He's
this was
worldwide,
this was
man.
this was after probably not playing for about 3 or 4 months. I had been on the truck for about 4 months, and I snuck off to do a show with Who's Bad before
Okay.
going back on another tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was like, to me, it's kind of rusty, but it's a
Nah,
recent clip.
All right.
yeah. Let's
So
get
Watch
into it,
this.
man.
Watch this.
It's great. Yeah. That's great, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
Other networks
appreciate
still
it, man.
operating too much, but
Yeah,
you can hear
man.
it though. That's wow.
Oh yeah. Definitely hear the work that he be doing, man. I mean, yo, he's great. I just was watching him play when I went to see him. You know what I'm saying? When he
Yeah.
invited me up to Charlotte and all of that, I'd be just in amazement of the little
That was the
combination and stuff.
that was the Speed Street show, wasn't it?
Yeah, Speed
Yeah,
Street
yeah,
downtown Charlotte at the I think they when they used to do it at the Epicenter or whatever wherever they used
yeah.
to do it.
It was wherever it was. It was a ton of people out there.
Oh yeah. And who's that guy? Josh, the up and coming drummer on here, or
Yeah, Josh is
I
a
ain't gonna say
Josh
up
is a
and coming, but
DJ, a drummer.
yeah.
Yeah, he's down in Charleston, and we're hoping to have him on next week as well. We got a drummer situation happening.
Yeah, we got the drummers giving
Yeah,
the drummers
we're
some.
giving
Get
the
the
Yo, no
drummers
drummers
doubt.
some.
some
You know what I'm saying? We're giving the
more.
drummers
Yo,
some
you
for
you
sure.
you want to give the people your
The
contact, Archie? We famous if you don't mind. Would you type it? Would
I
you
don't
type it
mind
up
at all.
there?
I don't.
yeah. Of course, on Facebook it's just Archie Logan.
Oh, yep.
Um, and then IG you can find me at a.m.f.l.underscore.
Okay, you got all
And
that, man.
because of the
Tell me that one more time.
or you can type in Archie Logan too. You probably can find it there too.
Yeah.
A.m.f.l.underscore.
Right.
And that's on which
A.M.
platform?
That's on IG.
On Instagram.
All right.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
Oh,
Yeah,
my
it's in the
man says,
comments.
I
I
like
like.
how you. Go ahead. You can read it, Archie.
I was just saying.
Says
Oh yeah.
I'll read
Oh yeah.
for the people at home. I like how you so or also maybe put your own spin on the songs while still keeping the quality of the original.
Yeah.
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 And
So that's like our main goal. Like still having as if Michael Jackson is still here and the
yeah,
tribute artist is him, but he takes on the spirit of Michael Jackson or whatever.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, just the leeway to open it up as a band because, like, if you playing for Michael Jackson, that thing got to be the record and the record
yeah,
only.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't pay that kind of Michael Jackson money to do that, so we got to have
yeah,
at least a little bit of fun.
yeah, and
So
that
soft
keeps it
song.
interesting, man. Playing so many
Right,
shows,
Yeah.
uh,
right.
you have enough seasoning within the original texture of the music where it
Yeah.
keeps it interesting for you guys. You
Now
know,
my backing tracks are just like the record.
yeah.
It's
So y'all
just
add that,
like the record.
yeah,
Yeah, so we find spots that does not compromise the track
uh,
that we can add on and still fits to the track. And
Okay.
that's the fun part because you have to think musical.
yeah,
You
yeah.
have to think musical.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
great. Now, yeah, you come up with the ideas by yourself, or you guys you got a couple of guys that y'all kind of just
Uh,
build together.
like after learning the show, like so from every musician that has ever been a part of Who's Bad
Um,
has added something that
yeah,
stayed.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If there was a guitar player, he might not have been the best, but he played one little part one night that
We're gonna
just
keep that.
stayed.
Yeah, oh,
We're gonna
keep that.
keep this
Yeah,
every, you know what I'm saying? And so after 10 years
yeah, a
of
lot of
gathering
stuff.
things, hold on, man, I'm losing battery on my computer. I was stupid enough not to charge this thing up. Hold on, let me
Oh yeah,
grab my charger real quick.
yeah. You
That's
Hold
good.
on.
good? You good? We're gonna let you go in a few, but we don't want you to,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
battery.
don't want to die on this joint. Well, I got a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know how these Macs are, they'll
Oh
kill on you fast.
Yeah.
Hold
But
on one
if
second.
Hardly
if
no
you need to
notice.
grab it, no
Yeah.
problem.
All right.
You did. We
We'll keep
keep it
talking.
going. Any more questions out there tonight, ladies and gentlemen? We appreciate y'all joining us. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Y'all been bashful tonight, but it's still all love.
It's
Not
all
a
love.
not a whole lot of chatter tonight. I guess Archie was just turning over so many stones. Y'all got
Yeah.
captivated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you check the replay. There'll be all kinds of comments in the replay, I'm sure, too, as well. They
Yeah,
always are.
yeah, definitely.
But that's
Definitely.
good,
Check the
man. This was
replay.
good
Share this
stuff.
with a friend, ladies and gentlemen. Share it to your own feed. I promise you we won't be mad at you. And feel
And
free to go over to
subscribe to the
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, go
Subscribe to
over
the
to
YouTube.
YouTube.
No
No Shortcut
shortcuts.
Show.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Once we get to that magic number, we're gonna send everybody some merchandise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
No
yeah. You
shortcuts. The
gotta, we
T-shirts.
gotta, we got, yeah. Some and wristbands.
Yeah.
All right, you good? You good, Archie?
Yeah. I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm
buddy.
Okay,
back.
okay, yeah, man.
Yeah, you were saying how you got something off of every musician that's been a part of the band.
Yeah, they all played a part. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Each musician played a part. Um, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like Darian Alexander, for instance, when he was playing in the band, he was there when I got there.
Uh huh.
So when we do "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough," boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom. So he puts in between that Morris Day and the Time, cool, boom, 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 boom,
Mm-hmm.
boom,
Okay.
boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
to this day, it's still in the show. What's up,
Yeah.
Harriet?
I love that.
And those are the nuances that I was referring to earlier. Just
Yeah.
like only it seemed like only people that know music would catch that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so y'all, so really, in essence, musicians are really sometimes playing for other musicians. The
Yeah.
the average ear,
Yeah.
the average ear ain't even gonna notice that. Oh, the bass line instead of like you said,
Mm-hmm.
boom, 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 boom to boom,
Right.
boom, boom, boom. The average person ain't
Yeah.
gonna know the difference
Right.
between the two of them anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
Exactly.
that.
But that's the
Exactly.
beauty in it when you kind of it's like a little coded language
Mm-hmm.
amongst
Mm-hmm.
musicians. Whether
Yeah.
the
Absolutely.
ones that are listening, you're like, okay, I see what y'all
It's
doing,
that
you
if
know.
you
So
know,
yeah,
you
Man.
know.
yeah. If you
Because
know, it's a secret society like thing.
Yeah.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
like we used to literally do like black or white.
Mhm.
It's black, it's white.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Michael
Yeah.
Jackson loved James Brown, so we used to
Mm-hmm.
pop James Brown at the end. Right
Mm.
before the end, we gave him 16 bars of boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. It's black, it's white.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
And
that came
that's
from
so.
that just came from literally me just playing around in the house one day.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
came back to the show. I was like, bro, at the end of the song, play this right here. Boom, boom, boom. Guitar, go. Ding, ding,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, and we kept it for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what
You know
makes
what
it
I'm
a
saying?
show when you got
Yeah.
Yeah.
like changes within the music,
Mm-hmm.
but still within the same song. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're doing a great job, man. You're doing a great job. We ain't gonna hold you too much longer because we
Right.
we over our
Absolutely.
Whatever.
hour. We know it's dinner time around these parts, and
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, you.
I don't have any green M&Ms, so I got to go ahead and find myself. I got to go ahead and find, find
Got
myself
you.
something to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
man.
Yeah. Well, you gonna any closing words, Archie? You want to say to the people out there, whether watching live or on the replay, because this is gonna be on YouTube
And on
forever
Facebook. And on
after we
Facebook
done.
for a good while too.
Yeah, it's still
Yo, you know what? I actually do, man. Like,
okay.
um, I wrote this thing down, and it's actually in my bio, and it's
Okay.
the five. It's the acquisitions of. I'm gonna read it for you real quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you think?
Uh, I probably can't even find it. I wrote it down and couldn't find it.
Okay. You got to pull it up on your computer.
Nah,
Okay, you wrote it somewhere. We'll give you a second.
yeah,
No
no,
worries.
because I wrote it. I'm like, yo, and I should find it
Okay.
so I can always have it. But it's for musicians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need a second?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to say in the meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend, the chairman of the board will be in Emerald Isle, North Carolina
Hey.
on Saturday, as well as Kenansville on Saturday. We got a morning gig and an afternoon gig. If you want the details, please go visit www.thechairmanoftheboard.com. Mellow Groove will be playing the York County Blues and Jazz Festival here in Rock Hill, South Carolina on Friday, October 7th. You can go to yorkcountyarts.org for that information. You know what I'm saying? We're looking forward to seeing all our friends, family, and everybody there. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah,
You heard?
absolutely.
Were you able to find it?
Yeah, I found it. I found it. I
Okay.
found it.
Okay.
It's and this is I I found this and I just wrote it and I quoted it for a very long time to musicians wherever I was, and it's the acquisitions of wisdom,
Okay.
and it's the five acquisitions of wisdom. The first is silence.
Mm,
The second is listening. Listening. The third is memory. The fourth is practice a lot, and the fifth is teaching.
mm.
It's like you can't learn without the silence. You can't talk and learn anything.
Man, tell
The
me about
listening is you can't memorize. It leads into each other. You can't memorize if you don't listen.
it. Yeah.
Um, your memory, you can remember something, but you got to practice that thing,
Yep.
and you don't practice till you get it right. You practice till you don't get it wrong.
Mm,
You
yeah.
understand
Right.
what I'm saying? And the fifth is teaching.
Mm-hmm.
After you learn all that stuff and you get it all in you as a musician, like
Gotta
pour
teach
into
it.
somebody else to come up under you and do
Yeah.
that thing too.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With that.
So that's to all my musicians out there, young, old, good, bad, whatever.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. And
I
I
really
will
think
say
that can apply to not even just musicians, bro. I mean that
it could apply
those
to
five things you
everything.
named that can apply to just people in business as well, and any other form of the arts, or
Hmm.
it's like if you could follow those same steps,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to the success, and like the important part that really caught me was that pouring into someone else.
Got
Yeah.
to. Each
Teach
one
it.
got to
Love
teach
Teach
that.
it.
one at the end of the
Love that.
day, man.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
And I will say I do need that silence when I'm learning something, man. I
Yeah.
can't like you know how like when you kind of young in the game, right? Like now I go to rehearsal already prepared. It was a
Hmm.
time when I was young in the game, you go to rehearsal to try to learn the joint and the bass player thumping, the drummer kicking, and I was like, yo, I can't even hear the keyboard parts with y'all with all y'all pow pow pow, and I was like, yo, nah. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
now I was like, okay, if I gotta learn something, I learn it on my own. And then we go to rehearsal to tighten up the loose
Yeah.
ends.
Hmm.
I can't learn a song at rehearsal where everybody else trying to learn it. It's too much racket going on.
Right.
Uh, as on a professional side of things, yeah, you when you became a professional, that's when you stopped learning it
Yeah,
at rehearsal.
yeah,
Yeah.
You
absolutely.
can, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That.
man. Because it's growth. Like with and that shows the growth, right? How you make certain improvements,
Hmm.
certain self improvements along the way. So I'll take it how you said it when I became a professional.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
because at the end of the day, man, when you go to your rehearsals,
Mhm.
actually it's just to put it together. It's never to
Yep,
learn. It's to put it
yep,
together. You
yep,
That's practice when you learn it. That's
yeah,
practice. You're
yep,
practicing. You don't practice at
absolutely.
rehearsal. It's two
Nah, you
different
got to
things.
practice at home,
Yeah.
and then
All right.
early in the game, I had to learn that, and then
We all did. We all did.
yeah, because you like, man, but it was the frustration of not being able to hear at rehearsal that made me start saying, okay,
Hmm.
yeah, I got to learn this on my own, you
And then
know.
your money shot up. Then your money
Yeah,
got big. And
yeah.
then
Most
you started driving
I'm,
them Benzes and
I'm,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to get it the way yours is, though. CC
No, no,
Furlough
no.
with
What's up?
yeah,
That's
yeah, but
DJ
No.
Nuff said is with us. What's up? What's
yeah,
up,
yeah.
said?
DJ said, enough
Yeah.
Yo,
said,
what's
yeah,
up, bro?
man. But we ain't gonna keep you no longer, bro.
Yo,
We
My
held you
man,
guy.
for a little over an
this was
hour and everything, and famous and I, we got to do the little. Oh, you probably do as well. Got the dad duties and stuff like
yeah.
that to do, man.
Man,
So,
hey, I clocked out. My daughter 18 and on her own. She doing her
Hey.
uh,
own thing.
man,
Yeah, yeah.
you
I'm
ain't
out. I'm out.
you clocked halfway out.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
They
Now
gonna be
I'll help her. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
oh for
whatever
sure,
you need, I got you.
That's
But
for
what's
hey,
sure.
up.
as far as get your schoolwork done. Da da
Mm-hmm.
da. Nope, nope, nope. She's out of school. Hey, let,
Congrats.
I made
Congrats.
it.
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
and do you want to give the who's bad information if anybody want to follow the band page anything?
Yeah, they can do that if they come on the show.
It's all right.
Hey,
It's all
well,
right.
hey, just
That they
Nah,
joint.
let them find it on their
yeah.
own.
Just follow
Yeah,
follow Archie
you wanna,
Logan.
yo,
Yeah, yeah,
hey,
just
look,
follow Archie.
I ain't
Hey,
got,
follow Archie. Yeah, you
I ain't
follow
got nothing to
Archie.
do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. All good, man. All good.
That's
All right.
what's up.
Famous, you
Hey,
got any last words before
nah,
we get
man,
out of
this
here?
was great, man. We really do appreciate you taking this time with us tonight, man. This was awesome, and you
No
Wonderful
definitely
doubt.
stuff,
shared some
man.
jewels for our audience for sure, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
man, it was a
I
pleasure
owe you
being here.
one. Yeah, I owe you one, man.
Yeah.
When you
No
need
doubt.
me, come on anything, if you got a platform, whatever. I owe you one. I appreciate you
Absolutely.
Nah,
coming on and
Yeah.
doing this with us tonight for sure.
yo, man, it was fun, man. I enjoyed y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
indeed,
brother.
indeed. Well, ladies
Yes,
and
sir.
gentlemen, we thank y'all at home for joining. Shout out real quick to the chairman of the board, Mellow
Yeah.
Groove, Praise and Faith Gospel Shop, Our Power,
Yeah.
Smooth Sales, A Touch of Faith, FMG Event Co., our Earth,
Hey.
Wind, and Fire family, our Honeycomb family. Let's do this again next week. In the meantime, subscribe, share this platform with a friend. Let's grow together. Let's be better together. Let's get some money. Let's do what our callings are, our passions, and our gifts are. And while we doing it, let's not take any shortcuts.
No
I see you
shortcuts.
out there, sis.
For
Thank
sure.
you all. We
Shout
have
out
a
to
good night.
shout out to
We'll see y'all
DJ
next week.
Sticks, DJ
Archie,
Sticks,
stay.
and First Family Entertainment. What's up?
Yeah. Archie,
Peace.
stay on after we sign off for a second.
All right. All right.
Peace, y'all.
I'll holla.